were gone last week because you and Cody were on your little road trip extravaganza. We wanted to see if you wanted to talk about that a little.
Oh, well, we visited 21 theaters in the square state of Wyoming in a period
That's their motto.
a period of 4 days, the square state. And we saw, I mean, we really ran the gamut from very high-end multiplexes down to single screen, community-run theaters. It was very good for us, like re-energizing us to be like, okay, now we're getting into this winter season that doesn't look like it has a lot of great product, but you know, we are excited to be supporting these theaters with our service now. So it was like, okay, now we're ready to go.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see all of the differences between theaters. We saw theaters that were owned by the same person, built by the same builder, but were completely different inside and out.
Yeah.
And I mean, in a state like Wyoming, if you built a theater, you built multiple theaters because the train then broke down in the next town over with your supplies, and you were forced then to build a theater.
Yeah.
You had to unload the train to repair it.
Well, in terms of the theaters that you guys were visiting, the pictures I got to see, I was very impressed by most of them. It's clear that they had the passion and the hard work to be making creativity out of like their lobbies and their auditoriums, and just really making sure that the best feeling that an audience member could get when walking in is there throughout their whole business. So it energized me in the way, despite not being on the tour, but just to see, you know, the passion that's behind this industry. And, you know, that's what we like to support here on the podcast too.
No, in 2022, there is money to be made, but most of the theaters that we work with on a daily basis are in it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you're here, if you're not in the stock exchange, if you're not in real estate development, if you're not a neurosurgeon, there's a reason why you're doing what you're doing. And that's what we rediscovered for ourselves. It's like, there's a reason why we work with theaters, and there's a reason why these people own theaters and play films every day for audiences. And it was a very cool thing to see. And, your theater could be next, so watch out.
Yeah, we would love for that to be the case.
Continue our series once we get through the deep, dark pit of winter here in
you guys,
Montana.
Well, you guys aren't going to travel back to Wyoming when it's in the dead of winter?
Well, we're trying
get caught in the snowstorm and never come out.
We're trying to plan out these trips for, hitting as many theaters that we work with as we can in one cycle. And most of our theaters are located where we are in the Mountain West. So there is a period of time where, we travel by dog sled and snowshoe and, no amount of 4-wheel drive is going to get you where you want to go.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, I was just thinking maybe we should share those photos, on our social media channels, Off the Break Podcast's Facebook and Instagram pages. We'll have to see if we can make that happen. But check us out on our social medias, because we might share photos about all these great theaters that we were able to see.
Yeah, and if you saw us, please share those photos back too as well.
Yeah, absolutely.